The purpose of going for a hike, ironically, is not to get to the top. It's to be on the trail. If you focus on the freaking trail, whatever step you're on, and you keep reminding yourself, this is gonna lead me somewhere, that is where the meaning comes in your life. Because
the best-selling author and host,
the #1 health and wellness podcast,
On Purpose with Jay Shetty.
Hey everyone, welcome back to On Purpose, the #1 health podcast in the world. Thanks to each and every one of you that come back every week to listen, learn, and grow. Now, today's guest is someone who's been on once before, and when she came on last time, you exploded. The community was showing the love, feeling the love, and the feedback and response was incredible that I've been wanting her to come back on. And we were waiting to announce she's got a brand new podcast out herself. So if you don't already listen to her show, I'll announce it in a second, please go and subscribe. It's already crushing it. It's going to be absolutely huge. And I know you're going to love it. I'm speaking about the one and only Mel Robbins, who became one of the most trusted experts in the world on confidence and motivation the hard way by first screwing up her own life as one of the most widely booked and followed podcast hosts and authors in the world. Mel is sought after by the world's leading brands and medical professionals for her research-backed tools and motivation. At the same time, Mel has amassed millions of followers online with her advice going viral every day, pretty much. Mel is a New York Times bestselling author and self-publishing phenom, and her work includes The High Five Habit, The 5-Second Rule, and the #1 ranking, the Mel Robbins podcast. That's the one that you have to subscribe to. Mel's female-led media company produces provocative, life-changing content with millions of books sold, billions of video views, 6 #1 audiobooks, and one of the most viewed TEDx talks in the world. Mel's work has been translated into 41 languages and has changed the lives of millions of people worldwide. And on top of all of this, Mel is one of my dearest friends. We bumped into each other last week in Montreal where we were both giving keynotes. It was around 10 p.m. and I get this text saying, I heard you were in Montreal. I said, I still am. And we hung out for like a couple of hours at the end of the day. I love this human. I believe in everything she says and does. She lives it all. She is the same off screen as she is on screen. Please welcome to the show, my dear friend, an incredible thinker, Mel Robbins. Mel.
oh my God, can I just hug you?
Yeah, of course you can.
I just love you. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, I just love you, Jay.
Love you too. Love you too.
Oh.
I just, we've
The best.
I think we've, whenever we've connected, the first time we met, I was thinking about that last week in Montreal. The first time we met, we were also both speaking. And we spent an evening together then and just hit it off. And I appreciate it. That was like 4 years ago now.
Yeah.
So.
I think we've all had this experience where you've been at a bar or you've been at a big party and you look across a room and your eyes meet somebody and it's like immediate, like tractor beam, electric pull. I felt that way about you for a long time just by watching what you were putting out on social media. And so I had a brain and soul crush on you for a long time. And so when we met, it was like, oh my God. And you know what else I love is that I love, like, I get both you and your amazing wife. I love that you are decades younger than me and very creative. And here's what else I love about you. I consider you not only a very dear friend, but my own personal monk. There you have it.
I love it. Just put me in your pocket.
Right there.
Pocket monk.
Right there.
But Mel, I'm so excited to talk to you today. Literally, the last time you came on, it was unbelievable. And I've genuinely been wanting to have you back on, like, as much as you want to come back. But I know there's a few things we want to talk about today. And I wanted to start off with this idea that you've always talked about how you learned about things the hard way. There were always challenges. And even now, when we talk offline, we shared that even last week, we were talking about challenges we were both going through in building this opportunity to serve others. And I wanted to ask you, like, what do you think is the hardest thing you're working on right now? Like, what's the most challenging thing you're working on internally or externally? Could be creatively, it could be habit-wise. What is something that you're struggling with or grappling with that you're working through?
Happiness.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, happiness. It's interesting. I was getting ready to come over here this morning And so my daughter goes to school here at the Thornton School for Music. She's a senior and she spent the night with me last night. I'm going to tell you the story because it's relevant about both learning things the hard way and about happiness. So she slept in my bed with me last night and it was so awesome. And I just love her. And she's 22 and she's about to like burst into the next chapter of her life. It is so exciting. And I miss her terribly, terribly. And I'm going to get like totally choked up when I think about it because I live on the other side of the country. And I think one of the hardest things that you have to do in life, if you really love somebody, is to encourage them to leave, to encourage them to grow. Woo! And I can't believe how choked up I'm getting about this because, this just happened this morning and I was laying in bed and she's sound asleep, like sprawled out like most 22-year-old sleep and sweating and, just like this. And I thought, I want to take a picture of this moment. And then I thought, no, she's going to kill me because she looks terrible. And you know how that rolls when you're 20 years old. And so I closed my eyes to just capture the memory. And I thought, why is it that I am always gripping onto the thing that makes me unhappy? What is it about this campaign? I call it the campaign of misery. Like instead of focusing on the fact that here I am, first of all, lucky enough to be in Los Angeles, to be able to have the means to go see her for Parents Weekend, that I have a relationship with her where she would want to come and just snuggle up and spend the night, that she is pursuing her passion and dream of being a singer-songwriter, that she is just killing it. She's happy. Why am I always defaulting to the loss? Mm. And so when I say that I'm working on happiness, what I've realized about myself, Jay, is that I have done a lot of things in life, but I've spent the vast majority of my life being so busy and keeping myself so busy as a means to outrun, I think, a deep-seated unhappiness. Mm. And that when the pandemic hit and I had to slow down and I had to truly say to myself, okay, you can't go anywhere. You cannot regulate your anxiety by running to Target.